Karen just slapped me thinking I was the manager. Little did she know I was the owner, and I will be sending her to jail so she can have her free meals there. I own 3 coffee shops in my city. Started the first one 4 years ago with money I saved from working 2 jobs. Now I've got locations downtown in the suburbs and this new one near the university. Here's the thing. I don't look like a business owner. I'm 28. I wear hoodies and jeans and I have tattoos on my arms. Most people assume I'm just another employee, which is fine by me. This morning I'm at the new location during breakfast rush. We're understaffed because 2 people called in sick, so I'm helping out. Right now I'm restocking cups while my barista Maya handles the register. The line is maybe 8 people deep when this woman in her 50 seconds wearing a designer coat storms through the door. She doesn't even glance at the line, just marches straight to the counter and interrupts Maya mid-order. I need a refund now. Maya smiles politely. Of course, ma'am. Do you have your receipt? I shouldn't need one. I bought a latte here yesterday and it was disgusting. Maya keeps her cool. I'm sorry to hear that. Our policy requires a receipt for refunds, but I'd be happy to remake your drink for free. Karen's face goes red. Your policy? I don't give a damn about your policy. I know the owner of this place, and he would never treat customers like this, but I'm standing 3 feet away organizing straws, trying not to laugh. Maya glances at me with this, help me look, but I just shrug. Ma'am, I understand you're upset, Maya continues. But without a receipt, this place has gone completely downhill. The service is terrible, the drinks are overpriced, and nobody here knows what they're doing. The other customers are getting annoyed. One guy mutters, "Jesus Christ," under his breath. Karen hears him and whips around. You got something to say? He doesn't respond. She turns back and notices me for the first time. I'm wearing a black hoodie with our logo on it. Even your stock boy looks miserable working here, probably getting paid minimum wage while your boss drives around in a BMW. I actually drive a Toyota, but whatever. I just smile and go back to organizing. She pulls out her phone and starts recording Maya. I'm documenting this. You're being rude and dismissive. I'm going to make sure you lose your job. Maya's hands start shaking. She's 22 and doesn't know how to handle this. That's when I step in. Ma'am, you need to stop harassing my employee. She turns to face me. Phone still recording. Excuse me. Who the hell do you think you are? I'm the owner. She stares at me, then bursts out laughing. Other customers are watching now. Phone's out. You're the owner. You look homeless. You're what, 25? You expect me to believe you own this place? 28. And yes, I own this location plus 2 others. You're just some kid covering for your manager. I know what owners look like. I don't care if you believe me, but you need to leave or I'm calling the police. That's when it happens. She steps forward and slaps me across the face hard. My cheek immediately starts burning. The whole coffee shop goes dead silent. I stand there, hand on my face, stunned. Then I pull out my phone and dial 911. Hi, I need to report an assault. A customer just attacked me. Karen's face drains of color. She tries to grab my phone, but 2 customers, a college kid and a guy in a suit, immediately step between us. Don't even think about it, the suit guy says. We wait. Karen keeps trying to leave, but customers block the door. She's yelling about how I provoked her, how she'll sue me. Cops arrive in 4 minutes. I explain what happened. Multiple customers confirm my story. One person airdrops the officer her video of the slap. One cop pulls me aside. Has she been here before? First time. He nods. We've dealt with her. 3 prior assault charges. Grocery store, hair salon, restaurant. She does this a lot. They arrest her. As they're walking her out in handcuffs, she's screaming about lawyers and lawsuits. The officer looks unbothered. Don't worry, he tells me. She says that to everyone. We'll be in touch. I press charges that day. My lawyer says it's totally winnable. Then my phone starts blowing up. Karen posted her video on TikTok but edited to start right when I stepped toward her, cutting out everything before. The caption says I attacked a customer for asking for a refund. It's got 2 million views in 6 hours. Comments are calling for my arrest. Local news is outside my shop right now. 3 major vendors just canceled our contracts. Then I see the death threats flooding my business email. The first email subject line reads, "You deserve worse." My cursor hovers over it. Part of me wants to know what they're saying. The rest of me knows it'll just make things worse. I don't open it. The next one says, "We know where you live." My address is right there in the preview pane. Exact street number, cross streets. Even a Google Maps link. My hands start shaking. I close my laptop and try to breathe. 1 breath in, hold for 4 counts, breathe out. That's what my therapist taught me years ago when I was dealing with anxiety. Never thought I'd need it again, but here we are. My phone rings. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. It rings again immediately. Different number. I silence it. Then I see Maya's name flash on the screen. I answer. Before I can say hello, she's crying. They found my Instagram. They're sending me messages saying I should kill myself. Her voice is cracking between sobs. Saying they're going to find me and rape me and kill me and post the video online. I can barely understand her through the hysteria. Maya, listen to me, I say as calmly as I can manage. Make everything private right now. Block anyone you don't know personally. Delete any posts that show where you live or where you hang out. Do it now while you're on the phone with me. I hear her sniffling and tapping on her phone screen. They know where I work, she says. They know my schedule. Someone posted a photo of me getting into my car after my shift yesterday. My license plate is visible. Oh God, what if they come to my apartment? She's hyperventilating now. I can hear it through the phone. Do you have somewhere else you can stay tonight? I ask. My sister's place, maybe? She lives on the other side of town, Maya says. I haven't talked to her in months, though. We had a fight about something stupid. Call her, I say. Tell her what's happening. I guarantee she'll let you stay. Family shows up when things get bad. I'm so sorry, Maya says again. This is my fault. If I'd just given her the refund, none of this would have happened. I can feel my jaw clenching. No, I say firmly. This is on Karen, not you. You followed policy. You were professional. She assaulted me. You did nothing wrong. Do you hear me? Nothing. But inside, I'm panicking. I've got 2 other locations to think about. Employees who depend on their paychecks. Bills that don't stop coming just because some psycho decided to ruin my life online. Maya promises she'll call her sister and make her accounts private. We hang up. I stare at my phone. 37 missed calls in the last hour. 82 unread text messages. I don't open any of them. Instead, I call my other 2 managers to give them a heads up. I call my other managers, Trent at the downtown location and Bianca at the suburban one. Both of them have already seen the video. Trent sounds worried. We've got protesters outside, maybe 6 people with signs saying boycott abusive businesses. One woman tried to come inside and throw her coffee at me, but security stopped her. Bianca's dealing with review bombing. Our Google rating dropped from 4.8 stars to 2.1 inches 3 hours. Every new review is some variation of owner assaults, customers, or violent workplace. None of these people have ever been here. My lawyer Garrett calls. I've seen the video, the edited one. Don't respond to anything publicly. Don't post, don't comment. Let me handle this. But my business is dying, I say. 3 vendors already dropped us. If this continues, we won't survive the week. Then we move fast, he says. I'm already drafting a defamation suit, and I'm requesting the full security footage from your shop. We're going to bury her legally. I pull up Karen's TikTok again. The video now has 5 million views. The comments are worse than before. Someone posted my home address. Another person found photos of my car and posted the license plate. There are at least a dozen comments talking about finding me and teaching me a lesson. I screenshot everything and send it to Garrett. That night I don't go home. I stay at a hotel under a friend's name. I'm not taking chances with people posting my address online. My phone keeps buzzing with notifications, Instagram, Facebook, email, text messages from numbers I don't recognize. I turn it off completely and stare at the ceiling, trying to figure out how my life went from normal to completely destroyed in less than 24 hours. The next morning I check Twitter. Big mistake. There's a hashtag trending, Justice for Karen. Thousands of people sharing the edited video demanding I be arrested. Someone made a change.org petition to shut down all my locations. It has 50,000 signatures. A local news station is running the story with the headline, Local Business Owner Accused of Assault. They use a freeze frame from Karen's video where I'm mid-step toward her, making it look aggressive. I call Garrett again. This is spiraling. We need to release a statement or something. Absolutely not, he says. Anything you say will be twisted. We wait for the legal process to work. But they're destroying me, I practically shout. My business is circling the drain. People are threatening my life. I understand your frustration, but trust me on this. We're filing an emergency injunction today to get that video taken down. And I've been in contact with the detective handling the assault case. They're aware of the online harassment. Maya texts me. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I quit. I'm so sorry. My hands are shaking as I type back. I understand. I'm sorry you got dragged into this. She doesn't respond. An hour later, 2 more employees quit. Both cite harassment from people online who somehow found out where they work. One guy named Joel says his girlfriend is getting rape threats because she's dating someone who works for me. My landlord for the university location calls. We need to talk about your lease. Can you come by today? I know what's coming, but I go anyway. His office smells like old coffee and cheap air freshener. He doesn't waste time. I'm getting pressure from other tenants. They don't want the negative attention your business is bringing. Some are threatening to break their leases if you stay. The lease has a clause about reputation. I pull it out and start reading. If any tenant engages in activity that materially damages the reputation or business interests of the property, he's already highlighted it. I haven't been convicted of anything, I say. There hasn't even been a trial. Doesn't matter. The clause says, accused, not convicted. I'm giving you 30 days to vacate. I want to argue, but I can see it in his face. He's already made up his mind. I leave without another word. Outside the building, there are 2 women with signs. One says, woman beater. The other says, boycott this location. They see me and start chanting. Shame, shame, shame. I put my head down and walk to my car. Someone spits on my windshield. Detective Morris calls while I'm driving. We need you to come down to the station. There's been a development. I meet him in a small, windowless room that smells like floor cleaner. He slides a folder across the table. Karen's real name is Patricia Newell. She's got quite a history. I open the folder. 3 prior assault charges, like the cop said. But there's more. Restraining orders from 4 different businesses. A grocery store called Farmer's Best, a hair salon named Lux Cuts, a restaurant called Antonio's, and a boutique called Threads. She has a pattern, Morris says, gets into confrontations with employees, usually young women, escalates to physical violence, records edited videos to make herself look like the victim, then either sues the business or threatens to unless they pay her off. How much has she made doing this, I ask. Settlements total around $85,000 over 3 years. She targets small businesses that can't afford prolonged legal battles. Most just pay her to go away. Not me, I say. Good, Morris says, because we've contacted the other businesses. 2 of them want to press charges now that they see she's still doing it. The salon owner in particular is eager to testify. What happened there, I ask. Patricia attacked a stylist with scissors. Claimed the stylist ruined her hair on purpose. The whole thing was on security camera, but Patricia threatened to sue for emotional distress. The salon paid her $15,000 to drop it. I feel sick. She's been doing this for years and getting away with it. Not anymore, Morris says. We're building a solid case. Multiple victims, video evidence, pattern of behavior. Your lawyer should be happy. He is, I say. But my business might not survive long enough to see justice. When I get home, there's graffiti on my garage door. Abuser in red spray paint. My neighbors pretend not to see me. The woman next door who used to wave every morning now closes her curtains when I pull in. I file a police report about the vandalism. They say they'll send someone out to take photos. No one ever comes. That night, Karen's lawyer contacts me. His name is Mitchell Vance, and his email signature has about 12 credentials listed. My client is willing to drop all civil claims and remove the video from social media in exchange for a public apology and dismissal of criminal charges. I forward it to Garrett without responding. He calls me immediately. Are you seriously considering this? Absolutely not, I say. Good, because this is exactly what she wants. She ruins you publicly, then offers you an out if you let her win. We're not playing that game. But Garrett, my business is dying. I've lost the university location. Half my staff quit. Vendors won't work with me. I'm bleeding money every day this continues. Then we accelerate, he says. I'm filing the defamation suit tomorrow, and I'm pushing the DA to fast-track the assault case. We're going to make this so expensive and painful for her that she'll regret ever stepping foot in your shop. I want to believe him, but hope feels impossible right now. The next day, something changes. One of my regulars, an older guy named Tim who comes in every morning for black coffee, posts a rant on Facebook. I've been going to this coffee shop for 6 months. I was there the day Karen attacked the owner. I saw the whole thing. She was harassing the staff, disrupting other customers, and she assaulted him completely unprovoked. The video she posted is Edite Ed. It doesn't show her screaming at employees or refusing to leave when asked. Here's what really happened. He writes out a detailed account and tags the local news station that ran the hit piece. Other customers start coming forward. The college kid who stepped between me and Karen posts his video. The full unedited version. It shows everything. Karen screaming, Karen recording Maya, Karen refusing to leave, and Karen slapping me. He uploads it to TikTok with the caption, "The real story about the coffee shop incident." It gets 100,000 views in the first hour. The suit guy posts his statement on LinkedIn of all places. I witnessed an assault yesterday at a local coffee shop, not by the owner but against him. I'm attaching my official statement to police and encouraging others who were present to do the same. It gets shared 5,000 times. The tide starts to shift. Slowly at first, then all at once. Someone creates a side-by-side comparison video of Karen's edited version and the full security footage that someone leaked online. I don't know who leaked it, but I'm grateful. The difference is stark. In her version, I look aggressive. In the real version, she looks unhinged. That video goes viral. 10 million views in 24 hours. The comments section is now full of people apologizing. I was wrong about you. I'm sorry I believed her lies. This is why you don't jump to conclusions. The hashtag changes from Justice for Karen to Karen Exposed. People start digging into her past. They find court records of her previous assault charges. Someone tracks down the hair salon owner who posts her story. Patricia came in demanding a specific hairstyle. When my stylist couldn't replicate it exactly from a blurry Pinterest photo, Patricia lost it. She grabbed the scissors and lunged at my employee. We have it all on camera. She sued us anyway, and we settled because we couldn't afford a trial. I'm ashamed we let her get away with it. The restaurant manager from Antonio's posts next. Patricia threw hot soup at one of our servers because her order took too long. Burned the poor girl's arm. She threatened to sue for food poisoning even though she'd eaten half the meal. We gave her $10,000 to go away. Biggest regret of my career. Then comes the grocery store incident. The manager posts security footage of Patricia deliberately ramming her shopping cart into a pregnant employee. The employee stumbles and catches herself on a shelf. Patricia then claims the employee attacked her first. The caption reads, "She tried to sue us for $50,000. We fought it and won, but it cost us $30,000 in legal fees. She needs to be stopped." My phone is blowing up again, but this time it's different. People apologizing, customers saying they're coming back, vendors asking if we can resume our contracts. The change.org petition to shut me down is deleted. Someone starts a GoFundMe to help with my legal fees. It raises $15,000 in 6 hours. Garrett calls, sounding almost giddy. "Have you seen what's happening online? Every news station is calling me. They want to run the real story. Do we give interviews?" "Not yet," he says. "Let them sweat. Let them realize they messed up by running with her version. We'll do one interview, one good one, and we make them pay for it." Karen deletes her TikTok account, but it's way too late. Thousands of people saved her videos. Screenshots and screen recordings are everywhere. Someone makes a compilation of all her greatest hits, showing her attacking people in different locations. It's titled The Patricia Newell Collection, and it's been viewed 20 million times. The other business owners she victimized start reaching out to me. The salon owner Dinah calls first. "I want to testify. Whatever you need. I'm done being afraid of her." The restaurant manager Enrique says the same thing. "We should have stopped her years ago. If we'd stood together, she never would have gotten this far." I organize a meeting. 5 business owners sitting around a table at my downtown location. We share our stories. The patterns are identical. Karen targets young female employees. She escalates situations on purpose. She records edited videos. She threatens lawsuits. And she settles for cash. "We need to coordinate," Dinah says. "Share evidence. Make sure the prosecutors have everything." Garrett, who I invited to the meeting, nods. "This is exactly what we need. A pattern of behavior. Multiple victims. It makes the case airtight." The local news station that ran the hit piece calls asking for an interview. Garrett handles it. "You ran a story accusing my client of assault based on an edited video. You didn't verify facts. You didn't reach out for comment. And you contributed to a harassment campaign that nearly destroyed his business. So no interview. They can run a retraction and apology. In prime time. Or we add them to the defamation lawsuit." They run the retraction 2 days later. The anchor looks uncomfortable reading it. We aired a story about a local business owner that was based on incomplete information. We have since learned that the video we featured was edited and does not show the full context of the incident. We apologize to the business owner and our viewers for not properly vetting our sources. It's weak, but it's something. Then Patricia's daughter reaches out. She sends me an anonymous email through a Proton Mail account. "Please don't publish this, but I needed to tell someone. My mother has serious anger issues. She's been like this my whole life. My father left 2 years ago because of her violent outbursts. She's supposed to be on medication, but she stopped taking it months ago. I've tried to get her help, but she refuses. I know what she did to you was wrong. I just wanted you to know that she's not well." I show the email to Garrett. "This could be useful for the defense," he says. "Shows state of mind. But I don't want to use someone's mental health against them. Even hers. You're a better person than me," Garrett says. "Because I'd absolutely use it. I think about it for days. On one hand, Patricia destroyed my reputation, threatened my livelihood, and put my employees in danger. On the other hand, she's clearly someone who needs help, not just punishment. I decide to wait and see how the case develops before making that call. The preliminary hearing is set for 2 weeks out. Garrett is confident. We've got video evidence, multiple witnesses, and her history of similar incidents. The DA is taking this seriously. You might even get restitution for lost business." The university location landlord calls again. "I've been following the news, the real news. I may have acted hastily with the eviction. If you're still interested in keeping the space, we can discuss terms. I want to tell him to shove his lease where the sun doesn't shine. But business is business. We'll talk," I say. 5 days before the hearing, Patricia shows up at my coffee shop. She walks in during the lunch rush carrying a small camera crew, some local YouTuber she hired to document her apology. I'm standing behind the counter when I see her. My stomach drops. She approaches the counter with the camera rolling. I'm here to apologize. What I did was wrong and I want to make it right. I pull out my phone and call 911. She has a restraining order. She's not supposed to be within 500 feet of me or my businesses. What are you doing? She asks. The camera is still rolling. Calling the police, I say calmly. You're violating a court order. Her face changes. The apologetic mask drops. You can't do this to me. I'm trying to make things right. You should have thought about that before you edited a video and tried to ruin my life. Now please leave before you make this worse. She doesn't leave. She starts yelling about how I'm unreasonable, how she's trying to be the bigger person, how I should accept her apology. The camera catches all of it. The other customers are staring. One woman gets up and stands next to me. You need to leave, the woman says. He asked you nicely. Cops arrive in 3 minutes. Same officers from the original incident. One of them sighs when he sees Patricia. Miss Newell, we talked about this. You can't be here. I'm just trying to apologize, she says, her voice suddenly sweet again. You're violating a restraining order, the officer says. You need to come with us. She resists, pulls her arm away. The camera catches her swinging at one of the officers. Not connecting, but the attempt is clear. They arrest her, again, right there in my coffee shop. The YouTuber is still filming, looking absolutely thrilled at the content he's getting. Karen is screaming about police brutality as they put her in handcuffs. This is assault. I'll sue all of you. One officer looks at me. You want to press charges for the restraining order violation? Absolutely, I say. The video goes viral within hours. Patricia Newell arrested again at the same coffee shop. The comments are brutal. She can't help herself. She's addicted to causing problems. Lock her up and throw away the key. The second arrest makes national news. Not local, national. CNN runs a segment about serial lawsuit filers who abuse small businesses. They interview me via Zoom. I keep it brief. Focus on the facts. Let the evidence speak for itself. My business suddenly booms. The university location goes from nearly closing to having 3-hour wait times. People want to visit the famous coffee shop from the videos. They take selfies. They leave big tips. They post reviews about supporting small businesses that stand up to bullies. We hire back Maya with a $5 per hour raise and promote her to manager. She cries when I tell her, "Are you sure? After everything that happened? You were the victim too," I say. "And you handled it with more grace than most people could." The other victims of Patricia's attacks start their own social media campaign, Stop Serial Suers. They share their stories, post evidence, and advocate for legal reforms to prevent this type of abuse. A state legislator reaches out asking if I'd be willing to testify about my experience. We're working on a bill to crack down on frivolous lawsuits and staged incidents, she says. Your case could really help. The prosecutor calls Garrett. We're offering a plea deal. Patricia pleads guilty to assault and harassment. She agrees to get mental health treatment. She pays restitution to all 5 victims. And she's banned from filing any civil suits related to these incidents. What's the prison time? Garrett asks. Suspended sentence if she complies with treatment and restitution. If she violates any terms, she serves 18 months. What do you think? Garrett asks me. It's not enough, I say. But it gets her help and makes us whole financially. I guess that's something. Patricia refuses the plea deal. Her lawyer quits the next day. She represents herself at the trial. It's a disaster from the start. She interrupts the judge multiple times. She yells at witnesses. She tries to submit her edited TikTok video as evidence until the prosecutor shows the full security footage that contradicts her version. The jury sees everything. The original assault, the edited video, the social media harassment, the pattern of behavior with other businesses, her showing up at my shop despite a restraining order, her swinging at a police officer. They deliberate for 40 minutes. Guilty on all counts. The judge is not sympathetic during sentencing. Miss Newell, you have shown a complete disregard for the law and for other people. You have weaponized the legal system to extort money from hard-working business owners. You have endangered the livelihoods of innocent people. And even when given multiple opportunities to take responsibility, you have continued to blame everyone but yourself. I'm sentencing you to 18 months in county jail and mandatory anger management counseling. You will also pay full restitution to your victims, totaling $47,000. Patricia loses it, starts screaming at the judge. You can't do this to me. I'm the victim here. You're all corrupt. The bailiff moves to restrain her and she attacks him, scratches his face, tries to kick him. Additional charges, the judge says, looking exhausted. Make that 3 years. Outside the courthouse, I give a brief statement to the press. I'm grateful for the jury's verdict, and I hope this sends a message that you can't terrorize small businesses and get away with it. I want to thank everyone who supported me through this nightmare, especially my employees and customers, and I hope Patricia gets the help she clearly needs. All 3 of my coffee shops are more successful than before the incident. The university location is so busy we're looking at expanding. The suburban location just won Best Coffee Shop in the city from a local magazine, and downtown we're adding a small bakery section. I open a 4th location 6 months later. Maya is my co-owner on that one. We split it 50-50. She's earned it. The grand opening is packed. Local news covers it, but this time the story is about redemption and resilience. Small business owner thrives after false accusations. I'm interviewed alongside Maya. She talks about learning to stand up for herself, about not letting bullies win. I call my other managers. Trent at the downtown location picks up on the first ring. "Dude, I've been trying to reach you," he says. His voice is tense. "We've got protesters outside." I can hear chanting in the background through the phone. "How many?" I ask. "Maybe 6 people with signs saying boycott abusive businesses and woman beater. One woman tried to come inside and throw her coffee at me, but I saw her coming and locked the door. She threw it at the glass instead. Made a huge mess." "Are the cops there?" I ask. "I called them," Trent says. "They said unless the protesters are blocking the entrance or threatening violence, there's nothing they can do. Freedom of speech and all that. So they're just out there screaming and customers are turning around and leaving. We've had maybe 3 people come in all morning. Usually we'd have 50 by now. I'm sorry, man," I tell him. "This is going to blow over." "It has to." Trent doesn't sound convinced. "I've been working here for 2 years. I've never seen anything like this. People are crazy. One guy was yelling that you should be burned alive. That's when I really wanted to call the cops, but I didn't think they'd do anything. Just keep the doors locked if you feel unsafe," I say. "I'll call my lawyer and see what our options are. Maybe we can get a restraining order or something. I don't know. I'm figuring this out as I go." Trent sighs. "Yeah, okay. I'll keep you posted if anything changes. Stay safe," I tell him. "You too, boss." Next, I call Bianca at the suburban location. She's dealing with a different kind of nightmare. Review bombing. "Our Google rating dropped from 4.8 stars to 2.1 inches 3 hours, she says. I'm looking at it right now on my computer. Every new review is some variation of owner assaults, customers, or violent workplace, or wouldn't let me get a refund. None of these people have ever been here. I can tell because they're all 1-star reviews posted in the last few hours from brand new accounts. "Can we report them?" I ask. "I've already flagged about 20 of them," Bianca says. "But Google's automated system says they don't violate community guidelines. Apparently calling someone abusive and violent is just an opinion, even when it's completely made up." She sounds exhausted. "What about customers?" I ask. "Are people still coming in?" "We're slower than usual, but not dead like downtown," she says. "A few people have asked about the video. I showed them the security footage from our cameras and explained what really happened. Most of them seemed understanding. One woman said she knew it had to be fake because she's been coming here for years and we've always treated her well. That's something at least," I say. "Listen, I know this is a nightmare. I'm working with my lawyer to fix it. Just hang in there, okay?" Bianca is quiet for a moment. "You promise it's going to be okay? Because I have 2 kids and I really need this job." "I can't promise anything," I say honestly. "But I'm going to fight like hell to make sure we all get through this." After we hang up, I realize I haven't eaten anything since yesterday afternoon. My stomach is in knots. The thought of food makes me nauseous. I force myself to eat a protein bar from my kitchen because passing out from low blood sugar won't help anyone. It tastes like cardboard, but I get it down. My lawyer Garrett calls. I answer before the first ring finishes. "I've seen the video," he says. "The edited one." His voice is professional and calm, which makes me feel slightly better. "Don't respond to anything publicly. Don't post. Don't comment on any of the social media threads. Don't give interviews. Let me handle this." "But my business is dying," I say. My voice cracks on the last word. 3 vendors already dropped us. Downtown has protesters. The suburban location is getting destroyed with fake reviews. If this continues, we won't survive the week. "Then we move fast," Garrett says. "I'm already drafting a defamation suit against Patricia Newell. That's Karen's real name, by the way. And I'm requesting the full security footage from your shop to submit to the court and the media. We're going to bury her legally. But that takes time," I say. "Time I don't have. My lease at the university location is probably going to get terminated. My employees are quitting. People are threatening my life." "I know," Garrett says. "Which is why I'm also filing for an emergency restraining order against her and requesting that platforms remove her video for defamation and inciting violence. With the death threats you're getting, we have a strong case. But you need to document everything. Every threat, every email, every message. Screenshot it all and send it to me." I pull up Karen's TikTok again. Big mistake. The video now has 5 million views. The comments are worse than before. Someone posted my home address in the top comment. Another person found photos of my car and posted the license plate. There are at least a dozen comments talking about finding me and teaching me a lesson. One person wrote, "I know where he lives. I'm going to pay him a visit tonight." 3 hours ago. There are also copycat videos now. Other TikTok users claiming they were also victims of my abuse. One video has a girl crying saying I refused to serve her because of her race. Completely fabricated. She's never been to any of my locations. Another video shows a guy claiming I threw hot coffee on him. Also never happened. But both videos have hundreds of thousands of views, and people are treating them like fact. I screenshot everything and send it to Garrett in one massive email with about 40 attachments. His response is immediate. "This is good." I know it doesn't feel good, but this is evidence of a coordinated harassment campaign. We can use this. I write back asking what I should do about the copycat videos. He says ignore them for now. Once we prove the original video was edited, the rest will fall apart on their own. That night, I don't go home. I can't. Someone posted my address and people are making threats. I'm not taking chances. I book a hotel room under my friend Casey's name and pay in cash. The hotel is one of those extended stay places off the highway. Beige walls. Musty smell. A painting of a lighthouse that's probably in 10,000 identical rooms across the country. I sit on the bed and stare at the wall. My phone keeps buzzing with notifications. Instagram, Facebook, email, Twitter, text messages. From numbers I don't recognize. I turn it completely off. The silence is somehow worse than the noise. I can hear my own heartbeat. The hum of the mini fridge. Someone walking down the hallway outside. A door slamming. I try to sleep, but every time I close my eyes, I see Karen's face. Her hand connecting with my cheek. The flash of phones recording, the comments calling for my death. Around 3 a.m., I give up on sleep and turn my phone back on. 217 new notifications. I don't look at any of them. Instead, I open my bank account. Downtown location made $140 yesterday. Usually we do about $1,800. Suburban location did $890. Usually about $2,200. University location was closed because of the walkout, so zero. Between payroll, rent, utilities, and supplies, I'm losing about $4,000 a day keeping the doors open right now. My savings can cover maybe 2 weeks of this before I have to start making hard choices. I pull up the mortgage on my house. Still owe $180,000. If I sell, I might break even after fees. Then what? Start over somewhere else? Change my name? The whole thing feels impossible. I'm 28 years old and my entire life is collapsing because some entitled psychopath decided to assault me and then lie about it on the internet. The next morning, I force myself to shower and put on clean clothes. I check the local news on my phone while the coffee maker in the hotel room produces something that barely qualifies as coffee. The headline makes my stomach drop. Local business owner accused of assault. There's a photo of me from my LinkedIn. The article says I allegedly attacked a customer who asked for a refund. They include Karen's version of events. No mention of security footage. No mention of witnesses. Just her word presented as fact. The article includes a quote from Karen's lawyer, Mitchell Vance. "My client is traumatized by this unprovoked attack. She's considering all legal options, including a civil suit for damages. I want to throw my phone across the room, but it's the only way I can communicate with Garrett and my managers, so I resist the urge." I check Twitter. The hashtag is trending. Justice for Karen. Thousands of people sharing the edited video demanding I be arrested. Someone created a Change.org petition to shut down all my locations. It already has 50,000 signatures. There's a local Facebook group called Boycott Abusive Businesses that has 12,000 members, and my coffee shops are the only businesses listed. Every post is calling for my arrest or worse. One post says, "Someone should burn his shops down while he's inside." 43 people reacted with the laughing emoji. Another post has my home address with the caption, "Let's pay him a visit and show him how it feels to be scared." 62 shares. I screenshot all of it and send it to Garrett with shaking hands. His response, "This is criminal. I'm forwarding this to the detective, handling your case right now." I call Garrett. He picks up immediately. "Are you somewhere safe?" "Yeah, I'm at a hotel," I say. "Good, stay there. The death threats are escalating and we need to take them seriously. I've contacted Detective Morris, and he's already working on identifying the people making threats. Some of them are using their real Facebook accounts with their actual names, which makes our job easier." "How stupid can they be?" I ask. "Very," Garrett says. "You'd be surprised how many people commit crimes and just post about it publicly." "What about the news article?" I ask. "The one that makes me look like a violent criminal?" "We're addressing that too," he says. "I've already sent them a cease and desist letter demanding a retraction. They published a defamatory story based solely on the word of someone with multiple assault charges and an edited video. They didn't contact you for comment. They didn't verify basic facts. That's textbook libel. Will they actually retract it? Probably not without a fight, Garrett says. But it's on the record that we demanded it. When we sue them later, we can show they were notified of the false information and chose not to correct it. That makes the damages higher. I'm going to sue a news station? You're going to sue everyone, Garrett says. Patricia Newell for defamation and assault, the news station for libel, and anyone making credible threats for harassment. We're going scorched earth on this. Part of me feels guilty about being so aggressive. The other part remembers watching my business collapse in real time and the guilt evaporates. I ask Garrett about the timeline. How long until we see movement on any of this? The restraining order and emergency injunction should be heard within 48 hours, he says. Criminal charges against Patricia are already filed, and she'll be arraigned soon. The defamation suit will take months, but we can speed things up by showing immediate damages to your business. Maya texts me. Just wanted to let you know I'm at my sister's place. She's being really supportive. We talked things out and I feel safer here. But I can't come back to work. I'm sorry. I know you need people, but I can't handle the stress. I'm having panic attacks every time I look at my phone. I understand, I text back. Take care of yourself. That's the priority. 10 minutes later, another text. This time from Joel, one of my baristas at the suburban location. Dude, I'm really sorry, but I have to quit. My girlfriend is getting rape threats because she's dating someone who works for you. Her ex found out where she lives and drove by her house last night. This is too much. I can't put her in danger. I text back that I understand and I'm sorry he got dragged into this. Then another quit notice. Then another. By noon, I've lost 6 employees across all 3 locations. The ones who stay are the veterans, people who've been with me since the beginning. Trent texts, I'm not going anywhere, boss. We'll weather this storm. Bianca says the same thing. Their loyalty means everything, but it doesn't solve the staffing crisis. My landlord for the university location calls. His name is Howard Chen, and he's owned that property for 30 years. Can you come by my office today? We need to discuss your lease. I know what's coming, but I go anyway. His office is in a strip mall next to a tax preparation service and a nail salon. It smells like old coffee and cheap air freshener. The carpet is that industrial beige that shows every stain. Howard doesn't waste time. I'm getting pressure from other tenants, he says. They don't want the negative attention your business is bringing to the property. Some are threatening to break their leases if you stay. There's a yoga studio next to your space, and the owner says she's losing students because parents don't want to bring their kids near a place associated with violence. The lease has a reputation clause, I say. I've read it about 100 times since this started. If any tenant engages in activity that materially damages the reputation or business interests of the property, Howard nods and pulls out a copy of the lease. He's already highlighted the relevant section in yellow. I haven't been convicted of anything, I say. I haven't even been charged. There hasn't even been a trial. This is all based on a lie. Doesn't matter, Howard says. He looks uncomfortable but determined. The clause says accused, not convicted, and there are news articles and social media posts and a petition with tens of thousands of signatures. That's material damage to the property's reputation whether you're guilty or not. I'm giving you 30 days to vacate. What if I fight this? I ask. What if I prove the accusations are false? Will you let me stay then? Howard is quiet for a long moment. Off the record? I hope you do prove it. I've seen your work ethic. You've always paid rent on time. Your customers loved the place before all this happened. But on the record, I have a business to run and other tenants to think about. I can't risk losing everyone else to keep one tenant, even if that tenant is innocent. I want to argue, but I can see it in his face. He's already made up his mind. The decision was probably made before I even walked through the door. This meeting is just a formality. I leave without another word. Outside the building, there are 2 women with signs. One says woman beater, the other says boycott this location. They're both probably in their 50s, wearing yoga pants and designer sunglasses, living their best lives by harassing a stranger based on a video they saw on TikTok. They see me and start chanting, shame, shame, shame. Other people in the parking lot stop and stare. Someone pulls out their phone to record. I put my head down and walk to my car as fast as I can without running. Someone spits on my windshield. I see it happen in my peripheral vision, but I don't react. Don't give them the satisfaction. I get in the car and drive away. In my rearview mirror, I see them cheering like they just won something. Detective Morris calls while I'm driving. Hands free, thank God, because my hands are shaking too much to hold a phone safely. We need you to come down to the station, he says. There's been a development in your case. Can it wait until tomorrow? I ask. I'm barely holding it together right now. I'd rather do this today if possible, Morris says. I think you'll want to hear what we found. I meet him at the police station an hour later. The building is one of those modern concrete blocks with narrow windows and a flagpole out front. Inside, it smells like burnt coffee and floor cleaner. Morris meets me in the lobby and leads me to a small, windowless room with a table and 3 chairs. Interview room, probably. The walls are that institutional beige that makes everything feel depressing. He slides a folder across the table. Patricia Newell, he says. That's her real name. She's got quite a history. I open the folder and start reading. 3 prior assault charges like the responding officer mentioned. Grocery store called Farmer's Best in 2019. Hair salon named Lux Cuts in 2020. Restaurant called Antonio's in 2022. But there's more. Restraining orders from 4 different businesses. The same 3 plus a boutique called Threads that I've never heard of. She has a pattern, Morris says. He's leaning back in his chair, arms crossed, gets into confrontations with employees. Usually young women in service positions. Escalates situations on purpose until they react or refuse service. Records edited videos to make herself look like the victim. Then either sues the business or threatens to unless they pay her off. How much has she made doing this? I ask. I can feel anger building in my chest. Settlements total around $85,000 over 3 years, according to our research. She targets small businesses that can't afford prolonged legal battles. Most just pay her to go away rather than risk going to court. Not me, I say. My voice comes out harder than I intended. Good, Morris says. He leans forward. Because we've contacted the other businesses and 2 of them want to press charges now that they see she's still doing it. The salon owner in particular is very eager to testify. What happened there? I ask. I flip through the folder, but the details are sparse. Patricia attacked a stylist with scissors, Morris says. Claimed the stylist ruined her hair on purpose. The whole thing was captured on the salon's security cameras, but Patricia threatened to sue for emotional distress and reputational damage. The salon couldn't afford a court battle, so they paid her $15,000 to drop the whole thing and sign an NDA. But NDAs are void if one party committed fraud, which she did by editing her version of events. I feel sick. She's been doing this for years and getting away with it. Yeah, Morris says. And she's gotten pretty good at it. Knows exactly how to push people's buttons. Knows how to edit videos to look sympathetic. Knows which businesses are vulnerable and which ones have the resources to fight back. You were supposed to be an easy target. Young guy. New location. Probably assumed you'd fold like the others. But I didn't, I say. No, you didn't, Morris agrees. And now we're building a solid case. Multiple victims willing to testify. Video evidence showing her pattern of behavior. Your security footage showing the unedited assault. This is about as close to a slam dunk as we get in these cases. Your lawyer should be very happy. He is, I say. But my business might not survive long enough to see justice. Morris nods sympathetically. I've seen this before. Even when someone is completely innocent, the accusation alone can destroy their reputation. Especially with social media. People share first and fact-check never. I'm sorry you're going through this, but I promise we're doing everything we can to expedite the case. When I get back to the hotel, there's graffiti on my garage door at home. My neighbor Casey texted me a photo. Abuser in red spray paint. 3 feet tall. Dripping down the white door like blood. She wrote, I called the cops, but they said, unless you saw who did it, there's not much they can do. Sorry. Also, your other neighbors saw it and no one is saying anything. The Johnsons won't even make eye contact with me anymore. I file a police report about the vandalism over the phone. They say they'll send someone out to take photos and write up a report. No one ever comes. I call 3 times over the next 2 days. Always the same response. We'll send someone when we can. We're short-staffed. It's a low-priority call. Eventually, I just hire someone to paint over it. Costs me $400 that I don't really have to spare right now. My neighbors start avoiding me. The woman next door who used to wave every morning now closes her curtains when I pull into the driveway. The family across the street whose kids I helped with their lemonade stand last summer won't acknowledge me at all. The neighborhood Facebook group that I'm part of has a thread about me. Should we be concerned about the violent business owner on Oak Street? 73 comments, most saying yes. That night, Karen's lawyer contacts me directly. His name is Mitchell Vance, and his email signature has about 12 credentials listed. Attorney at law, member of the State Bar Association, certified in civil litigation. A bunch of other stuff that's supposed to be impressive. The email is professionally cold. My client, Miss Patricia Newell, is willing to drop all civil claims and remove the video from social media in exchange for a public written apology from you and dismissal of all criminal charges. Please respond within 48 hours or we will proceed with filing a lawsuit for assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and defamation of character. I forward it to Garrett without responding. He calls me immediately, sounding energized. Are you seriously considering this? Absolutely not, I say. I'm sitting in my hotel room eating Chinese takeout that tastes like cardboard. I'm not apologizing for being assaulted. Good, Garrett says, because this is exactly what she wants. She ruins you publicly, then offers you an out if you let her win. We're not playing that game. This is actually good for us. How is this good? I ask. It shows consciousness of guilt, he says. She's offering to drop everything and remove the video because she knows she's going to lose in court. That's an admission that her version of events doesn't hold up to scrutiny. I'm going to save this email and use it as evidence of her bad faith. But Garrett, my business is dying, I say. The takeout is sitting heavy in my stomach. I've lost the university location. Half my staff quit. Vendors won't work with me. I'm hemorrhaging money every single day this continues. How long can I afford to fight this? Then we accelerate, he says. I'm filing the defamation suit tomorrow morning first thing, and I'm pushing the DA to fast-track the assault case. We're going to make this so expensive and painful for Patricia that she'll regret ever stepping foot in your shop. I'm also going to respond to Mitchell Vance and tell him exactly where he can stick his settlement offer. Don't, I say. Don't what? Just don't respond at all, I say. Let the 48 hours run out. Let him think we're considering it. Then file the defamation suit without warning. I want her to be surprised. Garrett is quiet for a moment. I like the way you think. Okay, we'll do it your way. I want to believe him, want to have faith that the legal system will work and justice will prevail and my life will go back to normal. But hope feels impossible right now. I'm living in a hotel because I'm afraid to go home. My business is circling the drain. Half the internet wants me dead or in prison. And all because I asked a violent customer to leave my shop. Sleep doesn't come easy that night either. I keep replaying every decision, wondering if I could have done something different. Should I have just given her the refund even though she didn't have a receipt? Should I have called the cops before stepping in? Should I have let Maya handle it alone? But every time I go through the scenario, I come to the same conclusion. I did everything right and got punished for it anyway. The next morning, I wake up to missed calls from Trent, 7 of them starting at 6 a.m. I call him back immediately. The protesters are back, he says. His voice is strained, but it's worse now. There's maybe 20 people. They've got drums and megaphones. They're blocking the entrance. Customers can't get in even if they wanted to. I called the cops an hour ago and they still haven't shown up. I'm coming, I say. I'm already pulling on yesterday's jeans. No, don't, Trent says. It'll just make it worse if they see you. One of them already recognized my car and they surrounded it. Started rocking it back and forth. I genuinely thought they were going to flip it over. I had to call an Uber to get out of there. Are you safe now? I ask. Yeah, I'm at my apartment, he says. But boss, I don't think I can go back today. Maybe not tomorrow either. This is getting scary. I understand, I tell him. Don't put yourself in danger. I'll figure something out. After we hang up, I call the police non-emergency line myself. I explain the situation. The woman on the other end sounds bored. Are the protesters threatening violence or blocking a public right-of-way? They're blocking the entrance to my business, I say. That's private property, she says. You'll need to contact a lawyer about getting a restraining order. But they're harassing my customers and preventing commerce, I say. My voice is getting louder. Someone could get hurt. Sir, I understand your frustration, but unless they're on public property, blocking a sidewalk or street, we can't force them to leave, she says in that practiced, patient tone that makes me want to scream. You'll need to pursue this through civil court. She hangs up before I can respond. Something changes that afternoon, though. One of my regulars, a guy named Tim who comes in every single morning for black coffee and a newspaper, posts a rant on Facebook. I've been watching it unfold on my phone. He writes, I've been going to this coffee shop for 6 months. Same time every morning. I know the owner. I know the staff. I was there the day this incident happened and I saw the whole thing. Not the edited version going around online. The real thing. He continues. This woman, Karen or Patricia or whatever her name is, came in and immediately started harassing the barista. She was aggressive. She was rude. She was recording the staff without their consent. When the owner very politely asked her to leave, she refused. When he said he'd call the police, she assaulted him. Slapped him hard across the face in front of everyone. Multiple people saw it. Multiple people recorded it. The video she posted online is heavily edited. It doesn't show her screaming at a 22-year-old girl. It doesn't show her refusing to leave private property. It doesn't show her hitting someone. The post is long. Tim writes paragraph after paragraph describing exactly what he saw. He tags the local news station that ran the hit piece. He tags the police department. He tags the mayor's office. He ends with, I'm attaching my official written statement that I gave to police. I'm also sharing the contact information for the detective handling this case. If you were there that day and you saw what really happened, please come forward. This man's life is being destroyed over a lie and we need to stand up for the truth. The post gets shared. Once, twice, 10 times. Within an hour, it's been shared 200 times. Comments start rolling in from other customers who were there. I was there too, and this is exactly what happened. She was completely out of control. I watched her slap him for no reason. I was terrified she was going to hurt someone else. Then the college kid who stepped between me and Karen posts his own video, the full, unedited version from his phone. The video is almost 2 minutes long. It shows Karen screaming at Maya. It shows her recording and threatening Maya's job. It shows me stepping in calmly. It shows her laughing when I said I was the owner. It shows her refusing to leave. And it shows her hitting me hard enough that my head snaps to the side. He uploads it to TikTok with the caption, "The real story about the coffee shop incident. Stop believing edited videos." This woman assaulted the owner after harassing his staff. I watched it happen. His video starts getting traction slowly. 100 views, 1,000, 10,000. The comments are different from Karen's video. Oh shit, this changes everything. I feel so bad for jumping to conclusions. We need to boost this so people see the truth. The guy in the suit who also stepped in posts his own statement on LinkedIn. I witnessed an assault yesterday at a local coffee shop, not by the owner, but against him. The woman who is now claiming to be a victim was the aggressor in every sense of the word. I'm attaching my official statement to police and encouraging others who were present to do the same. We cannot let mob mentality destroy an innocent person's life and business. His post gets shared 5,000 times, mostly by other business owners and professionals who understand what it's like to deal with difficult customers. The tide is starting to shift, slowly at first, then faster. Someone creates a side-by-side comparison video using Karen's edited version and the college kid's full footage. The difference is stark and damning. In Karen's version, it starts with me stepping toward her. I look aggressive, confrontational, like I'm about to attack. In the real version, you see the full 2 minutes leading up to that moment. You see her terrorizing my employee. You see me trying to de-escalate. You see her as the aggressor. The comparison video goes viral. 10 million views in 24 hours. The comments section is now full of people apologizing. I was wrong about you. I'm so sorry I believed her without checking the facts. This is exactly why you shouldn't jump to conclusions based on social media. People start tagging the news station that ran the original hit piece. You owe this man an apology. You destroyed his reputation without fact-checking. This is why people don't trust journalists anymore. The hashtag changes from Justice for Karen to Karen Exposed. People start doing deep dives into her background. Someone finds her court records and posts them publicly. 3 prior assault charges. 4 restraining orders. Judgments against her in small claims court. A pattern going back years. The internet does what the internet does best when it changes its mind. It goes all in. People find the hair salon she attacked. The owner, Dinah, posts her story on Facebook. Patricia Newell came into my salon demanding a specific hairstyle. When my stylist couldn't replicate it exactly from a blurry Pinterest photo, Patricia completely lost it. She grabbed the scissors out of my stylist's hand and lunged at her. We have the whole thing on security camera. She threatened to sue us for assault and emotional distress even though she attacked US. We settled out of court for $15,000 because we couldn't afford a prolonged legal battle. I'm ashamed we let her get away with it, but we were terrified of losing everything. The post gets shared 30,000 times. People are outraged. How is she not in prison? This woman is a menace. Every business she's scammed should sue her. Then the restaurant manager from Antonio's comes forward. His name is Enrique, and he posts a video of Patricia throwing hot soup at one of his servers. The video is from 2022. Patricia is at a table in a nice Italian restaurant. She's yelling about something. The server, a young woman maybe 19 or 20, is trying to apologize. Patricia picks up the bowl of soup and throws it directly at the girl's face and chest. The girl screams. Other diners jump up to help. Patricia sits there filming on her phone like nothing happened. The video ends with security escorting Patricia out while she shouts about suing for food poisoning and terrible service. Enrique's caption reads, "She burned my server's arm badly enough that she needed medical treatment. Then she threatened to sue US. We paid her $10,000 to make it go away because we were terrified she'd destroy us on social media. Biggest regret of my career. If I could go back, I'd fight her in court." That video goes absolutely nuclear. 20 million views in 36 hours. National news picks it up. Local morning shows are calling it outrageous. The story shifts completely. Now it's not about a business owner assaulting a customer. It's about a serial scammer who has been victimizing small businesses for years. Then the grocery store incident surfaces. The manager at Farmer's Best posts security footage from 2019. Patricia is pushing a shopping cart through the produce section. A pregnant employee is restocking oranges. Patricia deliberately rams her cart into the employee hard enough that the woman stumbles and has to catch herself on the display shelf. Oranges go everywhere. The employee is clearly shaken and holding her stomach protectively. Patricia then starts screaming that the employee attacked her and she's going to sue. The caption reads, "She targeted a pregnant woman, deliberately." then tried to sue us for $50,000, claiming assault and emotional trauma. We fought it in court and won, but it cost us over $30,000 in legal fees. This woman is evil and she needs to be stopped. That video is the final nail. The internet completely turns against Patricia. My phone starts blowing up again, but this time it's different. People apologizing. Customers saying they're coming back. Vendors asking if we can resume our contracts. I'm so sorry we dropped you. We should have waited for more information. Can we talk about reinstating our delivery schedule? The Change.org petition to shut me down is deleted by whoever created it. Someone starts a GoFundMe to help with my legal fees. It raises $15,000 in the first 6 hours. By the end of the day, it's at $40,000. Garrett calls sounding almost giddy, which is not something I've ever heard from him before. Have you seen what's happening online? Every news station in the state is calling me. They want to interview you. They want the real story. Do we give them interviews? I ask. Not yet, he says. Let them sweat a little. Let them realize how badly they screwed up by running with Patricia's version. We'll do one interview, one good one, with a reputable journalist. And we'll make them pay for the airtime by forcing them to run a full retraction and apology first. What about the university location? I ask. Can I fight the eviction now that public opinion is shifting? We can try, Garrett says. But honestly, I'd let it go. Howard Chen made his decision, and even if we win that fight, the relationship is poisoned. You're better off finding a new space with a landlord who'll actually have your back. Patricia deletes her TikTok account, but it's too late. Way too late. Thousands of people have saved her videos. Screen recordings are everywhere. Someone makes a compilation of all her greatest hits. Videos of her attacking people in different locations over the years. It's titled The Patricia Newell Collection, and it's been viewed 20 million times. The description reads, Meet Patricia Newell, aka Karen, serial scammer, serial attacker, professional victim. She spent years terrorizing small businesses and service workers. Here's the evidence. The other business owners she victimized start reaching out to me directly. Dinah from the salon calls first. I saw your story and I want to help. Whatever you need. I want to testify. I want to make sure she finally faces consequences for what she's done. We should have done this years ago, but we were too scared and too ashamed. Enrique from the restaurant says the same thing. I've been feeling guilty ever since we settled with her. We let her win because we were afraid, but we can't let that happen anymore. If you're building a case against her, count me in. I'll testify. I'll provide evidence, whatever it takes. The grocery store manager calls too. Her name is Margaret and she sounds fired up. I watched her target one of my pregnant employees, and then I watched us pay her to go away. I've regretted it every single day since. When I saw what she did to you, I knew we had to finally stand together. There's strength in numbers. She can't bully all of us. I organize a meeting at my downtown location after hours. 5 business owners sitting around a table. Me, Dinah, Enrique, Margaret, and the boutique owner whose name is Simone. We're all drinking coffee that I made and sharing our stories. The details are painfully similar. Patricia targets young employees, usually women. She deliberately provokes confrontations. She records everything but only shows edited versions. She threatens lawsuits, and she settles for cash payments ranging from $10,000 to $20,000. We need to coordinate, Dinah says. She's got her hair pulled back and she's taking notes on a yellow legal pad. Share evidence. Make sure prosecutors have everything. Show them this is a pattern, not isolated incidents. Garrett is at the meeting too. I invited him specifically for this. This is exactly what we need, he says. He's organized his own files with color-coded tabs. Pattern of behavior. Multiple victims. Nearly identical fact patterns. It makes the criminal case airtight and the civil case even stronger. What's the timeline? Enrique asks. When do we see movement? Criminal trial is scheduled for preliminary hearing in about 6 weeks, Garrett says. Civil defamation suit will take longer. Probably a year before we get to court unless we push for expedited hearing based on ongoing business damages. But the more evidence we gather now, the stronger both cases become. We spend 2 hours going through evidence. Security camera footage, written statements, police reports, settlement agreements, medical records from Enrique's server who got burned, photos of the pregnant employee's bruises from Margaret's store. It's overwhelming how much damage one person has caused, how many lives she's affected, how much money she's extracted through intimidation and lies. Before everyone leaves, I say something that's been on my mind. I'm sorry you all had to go through this alone. If we'd known about each other earlier, maybe we could have stopped her sooner. Dinah shakes her head. Don't apologize. She isolated us on purpose, made each of us think we were the only ones. That's how predators work. But now we know better, and we're going to make sure she can't do this to anyone else. We exchange contact information and create a group chat. Evidence, sharing, and moral support. Margaret sends the first message an hour after we all leave. Thank you for bringing us together. For the first time in 3 years, I don't feel helpless about what happened. We're going to win this. The local news station that ran the original hit piece calls my lawyer asking for an interview. The producer sounds nervous. We'd like to do a follow-up piece, get your side of the story, give you a chance to respond. Garrett's response is ice cold. You ran a story accusing my client of assault based on an edited video from a serial scammer with multiple prior assault charges. You didn't verify facts. You didn't reach out for comment. You didn't do even basic journalism. And you contributed directly to a harassment campaign that nearly destroyed his business and put his life in danger. So no interview. Not now. Not ever. You can run a retraction and public apology in your primetime slot, or we'll add you to the defamation lawsuit. Your choice. They run the retraction 2 days later. The anchor is the same woman who did the original story. She looks deeply uncomfortable reading from the teleprompter. Last week, we aired a story about a local business owner that was based on incomplete information and improper vetting of sources. We have since learned that the video we featured had been edited to remove crucial context, and that the person who provided the video has a history of similar incidents involving assault and fraud. We sincerely apologize to the business owner for any harm our reporting may have caused. We are committed to higher journalistic standards going forward. It's a weak apology, corporate and sanitized. But it's on the record and it's in prime time, so millions of people see it. The comments on their Facebook page are savage. May have caused harm? You destroyed this man's reputation. Committed to higher standards? You should have been committed to them in the first place. This is exactly why people don't trust mainstream media anymore. The station loses about 20,000 followers in the next week. Then something unexpected happens. Patricia's daughter reaches out. The email comes through a Proton Mail account, so it's anonymous. The subject line says, "Please read," from someone who knows Patricia. I almost delete it thinking it's another threat, but something makes me open it. The email reads, "I don't know if you'll believe me, but I'm Patricia Newell's daughter. I'm using a secure email because I don't want her to trace this back to me. I need you to know that my mother has serious mental health issues. She's been like this my whole life. Explosive anger, violent outbursts, inability to take responsibility for anything. My father left 2 years ago after she attacked him with a kitchen knife during an argument about grocery shopping. He has a restraining order against her," she continues. "She's supposed to be on medication for her anger and impulse control, but she stopped taking it about 6 months ago. Said the pills made her feel weak and fuzzy. I've tried to get her to see a therapist. Tried to convince her to go back on her meds, but she refuses. She thinks everyone else is the problem, never her. I know what she did to you was wrong. I know she's hurt a lot of people. I just wanted you to know that she's not well. She needs help, not just punishment. But I also understand if you can't forgive her. What she's done is unforgivable." I stare at the email for a long time. Part of me feels sympathy. Mental illness is real and it's tragic when someone refuses treatment. But the other part of me remembers watching my business collapse, remembers the death threats, remembers my employees quitting in tears, remembers being afraid to go home. I forward the email to Garrett without comment. He calls me immediately. "This could be useful for understanding her state of mind," he says. "But I want to be clear. Mental illness doesn't excuse assault. It doesn't excuse fraud. It doesn't excuse ruining people's lives. Plenty of people struggle with mental health and don't attack strangers and edit videos to destroy their businesses. I know," I say. "I'm not excusing her behavior, but it does make me think about what outcome I actually want here. Do I want her in prison? Or do I want her getting help so she stops hurting people? Can it be both?" Garrett asks. "Court-ordered treatment as part of her sentence? She gets help, but she also faces consequences." I think about it for days. On one hand, Patricia destroyed my reputation, threatened my livelihood, put my employees in danger, cost me probably $100,000 in lost revenue and legal fees when all is said and done. On the other hand, she's clearly someone who's mentally unwell and needs intervention. The question is whether prison time will actually help or just make things worse. The preliminary hearing is set for 2 weeks out. Garrett is supremely confident. We have video evidence from multiple sources showing the assault. We have eyewitness testimony from customers who saw the whole thing. We have her history of similar incidents. We have the edited video she posted as evidence of malicious intent. We have documentation of the harassment campaign and death threats that resulted. The DA is taking this very seriously. You might even get restitution for lost business revenue. What about jail time? I ask. What's realistic? For assault and filing a false police report, probably anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, Garrett says. Depends on the judge and whether she shows remorse. Given her history and her behavior after the incident, my guess is closer to 2 years. But judges can be unpredictable. The university location landlord calls again. Howard sounds apologetic. I've been following the news coverage. The real coverage this time. I may have acted too hastily with the lease termination. If you're still interested in keeping the space, we could discuss revised terms. Maybe a reduced rent for a few months while you rebuild. I want to tell him to shove it. Want to say that he abandoned me when things got hard and he doesn't deserve a second chance. But business is business, and good commercial real estate is hard to find. We can talk, I say, but I'm going to need some serious concessions to make this worth my while. A 1-year rent reduction, longer lease term, and an early termination clause that works both ways. Howard agrees to all of it. We sign a new lease a week later. I don't forgive him for the original eviction notice, but I'm professional about it. The location is too good to give up out of spite. Then things accelerate. 5 days before the hearing, Patricia shows up at my downtown coffee shop again. This time she's got a small camera crew with her. Some YouTuber she's paying to document her apology tour. I'm standing behind the counter restocking napkins when I see her walk through the door. My stomach immediately drops. She approaches the counter with the camera rolling. The YouTuber is this kid who can't be more than 19 with bleached hair and a Supreme hoodie. She's holding a small bouquet of flowers. "I'm here to apologize publicly," she says. Her voice is sticky sweet, fake sincere. "What I did was wrong and I want to make things right in front of witnesses. I want to show everyone that I'm taking responsibility." I pull out my phone and dial 911 without saying anything to her. She's still talking. "I've thought a lot about my actions and how they affected you and your business. I want you to know that I'm genuinely sorry and I hope we can move forward from this." "What are you doing?" she asks when she sees me on the phone. "Calling the police," I say. My voice is completely calm. "You're violating a restraining order. You're not supposed to be within 500 feet of me or any of my businesses." She blinks. The sweet expression cracks slightly. "This is different. I'm here to apologize. I'm trying to be the bigger person." "That doesn't matter," I say. "A restraining order means you stay away. Period. No exceptions for apologies or flower deliveries or YouTube stunts." Her face changes. The mask drops completely. "You can't do this to me," she says. Her voice rises. "I'm trying to make things right, and you're being completely unreasonable." The camera is still rolling. Other customers in the shop are staring now. One woman stands up and walks over to stand next to me. She's maybe 40 with short gray hair and glasses. "You need to leave," the woman says firmly. "He asked you to leave and you're trespassing." Patricia whirls on her. "This doesn't concern you." "Actually, it does," another customer says. "He's an older guy with a newspaper. You're disrupting everyone's morning and making people uncomfortable. We all want you to leave." More customers stand up. There are about 8 people in the shop and 6 of them are now standing between Patricia and me like a human wall. The police arrive in 3 minutes. 2 officers, same ones from the original incident. One of them actually sighs when he sees Patricia. "Miss Newell," he says. His voice is tired. "We've talked about this. You cannot be here. There's a court order." "I was just trying to apologize," Patricia says. The sweet voice is back. "I didn't think that counted as violating the order." "It absolutely counts," the officer says. "You were specifically ordered to stay away from Mr. He checks his notes, from the business owner and all his properties. That includes attempts to apologize or make contact in any way. You need to come with us." She resists, tries to pull her arm away from the officer's grip. The camera is still rolling and the YouTuber looks absolutely thrilled with the content he's getting. "This is police harassment," Patricia shouts. "I was just trying to make amends. He's the one who should be arrested for refusing my apology." The officer trying to put handcuffs on her gets elbowed in the face. Not hard, but enough that his head snaps back. "That's assault on a police officer," his partner says immediately. His hand goes to his belt where his weapons are. "Ma'am, you need to stop resisting right now." Patricia doesn't stop. She's screaming now about police brutality and false arrest. The second officer has to help restrain her. They get the handcuffs on and start walking her out. "You're all going to be sorry," Patricia screams. "I'll sue every single one of you." The YouTube kid is following them out, still filming. "This is going to get so many views," he says to himself. "I'm going to go viral." One of the customers who stood up for me looks at me and shakes her head. "That woman needs serious help." "Yeah," I say, "but she also needs to face consequences." Both things can be true. The video of Patricia's second arrest goes viral within hours. The YouTuber posts it with the title, "Karen Gets Arrested Again at the Same Coffee Shop." It gets 5 million views in the first day. The comments are absolutely brutal. She can't help herself, can she? It's like she's addicted to causing problems. This woman belongs in prison, not on the streets. The video shows everything. Patricia being asked to leave, Patricia refusing, Patricia elbowing a police officer, Patricia screaming conspiracy theories while being led away in handcuffs. The second arrest makes national news, not just local anymore. CNN runs a segment about it during their afternoon programming. The headline is, "Serial Scammer Arrested Again at Coffee Shop." They interview criminologists about patterns of behavior. They interview small business owners about the impact of false accusations. They interview me via Zoom for about 10 minutes. I keep it very factual, no emotions. Just what happened, what's on video, and what I hope the outcome will be. My business suddenly booms, and I mean absolutely explodes. The university location that was on the verge of closing now has lines out the door. 3-hour wait times on weekends. People are driving from neighboring cities to visit the famous coffee shop from all the videos. They take selfies. They interview me if I'm working that day. They leave massive tips and write reviews about supporting small businesses that stand up to bullies. The suburban location is packed. The downtown location is packed. We're selling out of everything by noon and having to do emergency supply runs. I hire back all the employees who quit and offer them raises. Maya gets the biggest raise and a promotion to general manager with equity in the company. She cries when I tell her. "Are you sure?" she asks. "After everything that happened? You stuck with me when things were bad," I say. "Now things are getting better and you deserve to benefit from that." The other victims of Patricia's attacks start their own campaign. #StopSerialSewers. They share their stories publicly, post evidence, advocate for legal reforms to prevent this type of abuse. A state legislator named Jennifer Ramirez reaches out asking if I'd be willing to testify about my experience. "We're working on a bill to crack down on frivolous lawsuits and staged incidents like this," she says. "Your case could really help push it through. These people exploit small businesses that can't afford to fight back, and we need to change the laws to protect victims." I agree to testify. The hearing is at the State Capitol building in front of the Commerce and Consumer Protection Committee. There are about 20 legislators in the room, plus staff and media. I tell my story start to finish. The assault, the edited video, the death threats, the business losses, the emotional toll. Several legislators ask questions about what legal changes would have helped. I suggest stricter penalties for false police reports, easier pathways to recover legal fees in defamation cases, and screening requirements for viral videos on social media platforms. The bill passes committee unanimously. It still has to go through the full legislature, but Representative Ramirez is optimistic. "You made a real impact today," she tells me after the hearing. "People need to see the human cost of these scams. You put a face to the problem, and that matters." Meanwhile, the prosecutor handling Patricia's case calls Garrett. "We want to offer a plea deal," she says. Patricia pleads guilty to assault, harassment, and filing false reports. She serves 18 months in county jail with possibility of early release for good behavior. She completes mandatory anger management and mental health treatment. She pays full restitution to all victims, and she's permanently banned from filing civil suits related to any of these incidents. "What do you think?" Garrett asks me. We're on the phone and I'm driving to the downtown location for the morning shift. "It's not enough," I say immediately. 18 months? She's destroyed multiple businesses. She's assaulted at least 5 people that we know about. She's committed fraud. 18 months is a slap on the wrist. "But it guarantees she gets treatment," Garrett says. "And it gets you restitution without having to fight through a long civil trial. Plus, she can't sue you later. That's worth something." I think about the email from Patricia's daughter. The description of untreated mental illness and violent outbursts. The father who had to get a restraining order. "I guess it's something," I say, but I'm not happy about it. "Let me think about it for a day or two." Patricia refuses the plea deal. Her public defender quits the next day, citing irreconcilable differences. Patricia decides to represent herself. Garrett almost cheers when he hears this. She's representing herself? Oh, this is going to be a disaster. Judges hate pro se defendants in criminal cases, especially ones with her track record. This actually helps us. The trial is set for 3 weeks later. The courtroom is packed. Media in the back rows. Victims and their families and lawyers in the middle. General public filling in the rest. I'm in the front row with Garrett. Patricia is at the defense table alone, wearing an outfit that looks like she's going to church. Beige blouse, long skirt, hair pulled back, trying to look sympathetic and harmless. The prosecutor is a woman named Amanda Chen, mid-42s. Reputation for being tough but fair. She lays out the case methodically, shows the security footage from my coffee shop, plays testimony from witnesses, introduces evidence of Patricia's prior assaults and settlements, connects the dots to show a clear pattern of behavior spanning years. Patricia interrupts constantly. "Your Honor, that's not relevant." "Your Honor, I object." "Your Honor, this is character assassination." The judge, an older man named Paulson who looks like he's been on the bench since the Carter administration, shuts her down every time. "Miss Newell, you are not a lawyer. You do not get to object to evidence that is clearly relevant to your pattern of behavior. Please be quiet or I will hold you in contempt." When it's Patricia's turn to present her defense, she calls herself to the stand. This is already going badly and Garrett whispers as much to me. She's going to perjure herself and she doesn't even realize it. Patricia testifies that she was the real victim, that I attacked her first, that the security footage was edited, that all the other incidents were misunderstandings, that she's being persecuted because she stands up for consumer rights. Amanda Chen cross-examines her brutally. Miss Newell, you testified that the security footage from the coffee shop was edited. Is that correct? Yes, Patricia says confidently. How was it edited? Chen asks. What specifically was changed? Patricia fumbles. Well, it was. They must have. I mean, obviously they removed the parts where he was aggressive before. Can you point to any evidence of editing? Chen asks. Any digital forensics showing tampering? Any expert testimony supporting your claim? Patricia can't. She just insists it must have been edited because her version is the truth. Chen moves on. You testified that you were acting in self-defense when you struck the owner. Is that correct? Yes, Patricia says. He was coming at me threateningly. Chen plays the security footage again. Can you show the jury where in this video the owner is threatening you? Patricia points at the screen. Right there when he steps toward me. But the footage clearly shows me stepping toward the door, not toward her. I'm moving to call the police and she's between me and the exit. Any reasonable person can see I'm not being aggressive. Chen continues. Miss Newell, are you aware that we've subpoenaed the metadata from your TikTok video? Silence. Are you aware that the metadata shows the video was edited using a specific app designed for cutting and splicing video clips? And that the edit removed approximately 90 seconds of footage immediately before the portion you posted? Patricia's face goes red. I don't know anything about metadata. Then let me refresh your memory, Chen says. She introduces an expert witness, a digital forensics specialist who testifies about the editing app, the removed footage, and the timestamps. It's devastating. Completely undermines Patricia's entire defense. The prosecution rests. Patricia tries to present her own witnesses, but she hasn't properly subpoenaed them. The judge won't allow their testimony without proper notice. She tries to introduce her edited TikTok video as evidence, but Chen objects and the judge sustains. Miss Newell, that video has already been established as edited and misleading. It's not coming into evidence. Patricia loses it, starts screaming at the judge. This is a kangaroo court. You're all corrupt. You're protecting that man because he's paying you. The judge's gavel comes down hard. Miss Newell, you are in contempt of court. Bailiff, please remove her. Patricia resists. She tries to grab onto the defense table, tries to push away the bailiff. It takes two of them to physically carry her out of the courtroom while she's screaming obscenities. The jury deliberates for 40 minutes. They find her guilty on all counts: assault, filing false reports, harassment. The judge schedules sentencing for 2 weeks later. In the meantime, Patricia is released on bond with strict orders to stay away from all victims and all locations related to the case. Sentencing day comes. The courtroom is packed again. Patricia is wearing the same church outfit. Her daughter is there, sitting in the back row looking miserable. The judge reviews the case, listens to victim impact statements. Dinah talks about losing sleep and business. Enrique talks about his server who still has scars from the soup burns. Margaret talks about the pregnant employee who had nightmares for months. I talk about the death threats and the business losses and the fear of going home. Judge Paulson looks at Patricia. Miss Newell, you have shown a complete disregard for the law and for other people. You have weaponized the legal system and social media to extort money from hard-working business owners. You have physically assaulted multiple people. You have endangered the livelihoods and safety of innocent people. And even when given multiple opportunities to take responsibility, including a very generous plea deal, you have continued to blame everyone but yourself. He continues, I'm sentencing you to 18 months in county jail for the assault and related charges. You will also complete mandatory anger management counseling and mental health treatment while incarcerated. You will pay full restitution to all documented victims totaling $47,000, and you are permanently enjoined from filing any civil suits related to these incidents. Do you understand? Patricia doesn't say yes. Instead, she stands up and starts screaming again. You can't do this to me. I'm the victim here. I was defending myself. This whole trial was rigged from the start. You're all corrupt, and I'm going to appeal, and I'm going to sue every single one of you for violating my rights. The bailiff moves to restrain her and she attacks him. Actually attacks him, scratches his face with her nails, tries to kick him in the groin. 2 more bailiffs rush over. It takes 3 grown men to get her under control. Judge Paulson's face is stone. Additional charges for assault on a court officer, he says. Miss Newell, I'm revising your sentence to 3 years in state prison. You will be remanded to custody immediately. Bailiff, please remove her. Patricia is dragged out of the courtroom, screaming the entire way. You'll all be sorry. I know people. I have connections. This isn't over. Her voice fades as they take her down the hallway. The courtroom is dead silent for a moment. Then someone in the gallery starts clapping. Then someone else. Then the whole room erupts in applause. Outside the courthouse, I give a brief statement to the press. There are about 15 reporters with cameras and microphones. I'm grateful for the jury's verdict and for Judge Paulson's sentence, I say. I hope this sends a clear message that you cannot terrorize small businesses and service workers and get away with it. I want to thank everyone who supported me through this nightmare. My employees who stuck with me, my customers who stood by me, the other victims who came forward, and the legal system that ultimately delivered justice. I'm also glad that the sentence includes mandatory mental health treatment, I continue. Patricia Newell clearly needs help and I hope she gets it, but I also hope this prevents her from hurting anyone else in the future. Thank you. I walk away without taking questions. All 3 of my coffee shops are thriving now, better than before the incident. The university location is the busiest it's ever been. We're considering expanding into the space next door. The suburban location just won Best Coffee Shop in the city from the local alternative newspaper. And downtown, we've added a small bakery section with fresh pastries every morning.